Okay, here we have the 890 Adventure base model, KTM 2023 model. And earlier we did the low speed stall test on this. We know how that one does. It compensates for dropping below certain RPMs, keep from dying, and this one plunks along low speed. You watch the video, do watch it. It does excellent. The gear ratio is perfect on that, and don't need to do any changing on the sprockets or nothing. And that one I did a little bit just for highway, and you'll see that on another video on the Touareg. And back to the KTM 890 Adventure. We're going to take this to a little test, and yeah, I'm video recording, and this right here, we're going to check this out and see how it's going to do on low speed. And this one is geared lower in first gear than that one, and about the same as that one. That I think, well, no, I did change the gearing, so yeah, that's, but so we're going to test this gearing out, how the first gear is on this low speed. And so let's go ahead and give it a shot. We go back here on the farm. Everybody knows, well, it's going to idle today. Things going to idle. I haven't run it. Still cold. Still low in the temperature. I've been having a little trouble with something blinking on the light. I don't know if some other malfunction, but other than that, it's really good. It's been really good. So let this warm a second. We're going to do the. I could take this off, really. I mean, it's nothing's in it. My hat. Yeah. I love KTM. And so I'm going to check out. Oh man, the suspension on this thing. I dialed this in with the tractive suspension. I want to watch the video that I have on the upgrade, front forks and the rear shocks. Let's see where it is. Oh, that's it. I can't just, between the mid-size bikes, I cannot decide between this and the Transalp. I just have a love for the KTM. So much so. Oh, it's really cool. It'll be cool. We'll be on a little bit. So, yeah, there it's going down. So we're going to, woo-hoo-hoo. I smell some cow poop. I love this bike. I really love this bike. I mean, it won't get down to, oh, look at that. It won't get down to the low speed without dying like the Aprilia or the, it does really good, like the Transalp. Oh yeah, that's kind of really cool. I could have wore a jacket, you know. Oh, I have plenty of these orange shirts, so yeah, it's like I bleed orange. I love KTM. I absolutely love KTM. But we're not gonna we're not gonna do that. We're gonna just show you how. We're just gonna show how this is at low speed. Gets down to. Actually, it's probably about 7. I think that all the speedometers are off except the Transalp. Now this will probably die at almost flat levels. I mean, this is, now I know it'll probably die. It might hold. Okay, temperatures will warm up. The temperatures good. We're going to see how this is. Now this is definitely, like I said earlier in the other video when we were reviewing the low speed stall test on the Transalp, this does have it. You can really feel it. It's hard. It's harder. Now, it's just got so much torque. It does have more torque and more power, so it makes up for it. It's definitely not as smooth. You hear it in my voice. It's definitely not as smooth as the Transal or even the Aprilia RX for that matter. But and I do have it on off-road, so it's, I don't know what. I got something else flashing. What it was flashing? I got plenty of gas. Oh, what did I do? Hit my blinkers or what's? Oh, I'm sorry. I know what I did. I accidentally hit the flashers. Excuse me. See, it's going to die. I have to keep on it a little bit, even when it's kind of. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's got so much torque. It's going to pull. And oh, I do love this bike. Yeah, it would be hard. It would be hard to decide between the two if I had to keep either the Transalp or the 890 Adventure. This is such a stealthy looking bike after they did the revisions on the fairings. I didn't like that Pram Mantis head. That's what kept me from buying them. Except I do like the rally version of the 890, even the older ones. Oh, they look good. They just done it right. So anyway, this is kind of level. I mean, it's uphill, but back there now it's going up. We're going uphill, and this is where I. Oh yeah. I better lean it this way. I think it's going to die. Okay, now we're going to go back here and check it out. It won't handle that hill back there. That I don't think it'll do it. It might. You know, we'll find out some days. It's like it's always never the same. I don't know why. They have all the power and torque you can stand. KTM, that's just, they are ready to race. What I have noticed on this, oh, I was about to fall over. Yeah, because they got 20mm collar. Shock and forth on this thing. Not bad. Yeah, I fixed I had to fix this yesterday. Did good. I lubed it up. Got the hinges on here. Oh, I better hurry up before that guy gets through. Yeah. Push through here like this. Yeah, go on. Go on, little doggy. All right. Yeah. All right. Do love this bike. I get on one. I like the one more than the other. I get on the other one, and I like the other one more than the other. Now, this is where, oh, see what I'm saying? Wouldn't want to fell on that cow poop right there. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. You have to, see, it will die. It's just not smooth down low. It is not smooth down low. I mean, I feel every hit of the cylinders. I don't know if it's because maybe it's a what do they call it, 285 crank instead of 270 crank difference. But I tell you what, I prefer, actually, I wish they would make 270 crank with this kind of power. Well, maybe that's the secret of the KTMs. Of these powerhouses, of where they hit the torque and you know, maybe that's their secret, you know, they're sacrificing a little smoothness for a lot of power, a lot of torque. So this we already know. We didn't even pass the first incline test. But, you know, I mean, what's wrong with that? I don't want to gun it now. I'll be in the creek down there, but you know, oh, the suspension on this thing is awesome. I mean, awesome. I cannot wait till I get my tractive suspension for my Transalp. See now, yeah, see, it's not even going to make, it's not going to handle, it's not going to make, I can't even barely turn it uphill. If I just barely go, see, it will not get down to 5 or, I think it's doing it. Well, I mean, I can't turn too steep. No. See, I have to clutch it. I have to clutch it. That's the difference. Clutching and you got to constantly work it. Constantly work it. You got to be on your toes when you're doing technical stuff with this thing. Which, you know, KTMs are known to handle technical stuff. It's just, it's like there's, yeah, like Chris Burke's the slogan, say no to slow. That's definitely, that is the solution that KTM riders have, is just say no to slow. I mean, the other day I was zipping through here, you know, I mean, this thing is so tempting to just go fast, but you're not going to hear me because I don't have a mic to go in my helmet. But anyway, so, oh yeah, well, I could just stay on the seat for that matter. This thing can handle it. The suspension on this thing is so good. It's so good. Thank you, Ted Porter. Tractive suspension, yeah. Anyway, Ted Porter's Beamer Shop. See, like right here. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to stay on the seat. Duh. Well, you know, I'm still recording, yep. So, yeah, you know, oh well, see, I'm getting off the subject. Start talking about suspension and want to just, you know, ride like a hooligan on this thing. I just want to, God, yeah, you know, I just want to go. I just want to get crazy. Oh wow, this bike is so tempting to do all that. But anyway, back to slow speed. I guess it sounds kind of boring when I start talking about slow speed or low speed stall testing when you're on a bike like this. You know, I have to, oh, see, I even was hitting the accelerator. It's not going to do it. It's not going to drop below 7. It's just not going to do it. Yeah. See, and this is barely, I mean, it's the same hill. See, you got to constantly work that clutch. You know, and if you gear this down, then you're going to kill your whole reason why you have 6th gear for the highway. You know, then you're going to, and people do it. And I understand why people put a, you know, do gear it down if they're going to stay mostly off the road. But then, you know, you defeated the purpose of the bike. You know, what good is it on the road? A big bike, it's only going to off-road. You might as well stay on a 500 EXCF or something like that from KTM, you know, a dirt bike, you know. But I just wish, yeah, I just wish it was smoother down low, down in the basement. It's got all the power in the world down in the basement, but you gotta stay on the throttle. You gotta be ready to clutch it. See, I've got to always be ready to grab this, get it in the clutch in the friction zone. I mean, if you want to take your test on a motorcycle test, say if you went to state, maybe you've had a license and you got a new bike, and you hadn't been on a bike in a long time, kind of like me, and you, excuse me, you want to take your test, and you want a bike. You don't want to keep buying bikes till you get the right size, and you don't want to outgrow it. That Trans Out, I don't think you'll outgrow it. At the same time, it's got all you need. It's safe, safer. You know, no bike's really safe, but you know, but maybe one's safer than the other. But to be able to handle, see, I have to either clutch it or keep it up 9 miles per hour. Or actually, that's a little, maybe a little off, like 8, but still, you know. I've seen 4 miles per hour on the Transalp and it didn't die, you know, on a good day. You know, it's really, this one you have to stay on a little bit on the throttle. There's no well, I know my 1290 will pull up it pretty good without touching it. It's just got so much power. It's like, what's this? Well, this is you know, you're comparing a mountain to a molehill. This is a molehill for a 1290, you know. But the thing is, the 890 platform, they do need to work out some of the bugs, I believe KTM does. And see, it's trying to die now, and I'm kind of going almost level. I'm having to kind of go downhill. And it's consistency of smoothness. Well, it's not consistent. It has no consistent. One day is different than the other. The temperature can make it run different than one day to the next. It's so sensitive to the environment, almost in every way, for just normal. It doesn't want you, this bike does not want you to be, you know, it doesn't want you to be normal. It wants you to just leave roost and you know, raise the wheels to the sky, front wheel up, you know. It is so fun, but I love it so much. Crazy. Oh, and man, it's so, they got the weight, horsepower to weight ratio really good on it, but they also got the balance of the bike. And I've been on the 890R, and this one is so much easier to manage on or off-road, period. I mean, if you want to slam your knapsack down really hard and, you know, going off a jump and you know, blowing out your ankles, well, you know, the 890 Adventure R is the way to go. But I don't want to do that, you know. You know, see, you know, it almost died. It's about ready to die right there, you know. And I have to be ready to clutch it, but that's okay, you know. I get used to it. It just requires a little more finesse. There's a little more finesse and work with this than there is on the Transalp or the Aprilia Touareg for that matter. But now the Aprilia Touareg, I'm realizing when I'm seeing the tachometer go up when it feels the load, well, what would happen if it didn't have that? Like the Transalp, it didn't have that. It just goes right along. There's coolant fans. Love it. So still recording. Good deal. I hope I got the camera in the right angle. I think I have to kind of tilt my head for everybody to see what's going on. I realize now that the way it fits on the chin of the mounts on the chin of the helmet, you know. Now see, I can't even barely see. I've got to start going downhill. See, now it's just not going to handle it. I've changed modes. I'm on off-road mode. It's a little smoother on the throttle response on off-road. It's supposed to be. But I mean, might as well. I try a rally and I'm all be on my side. And but you know, I do a lot. You know, you see, I'm using burnouts everywhere. But anyway, oh yeah. So this is really a real true tip. See, I mean, once it gets up to a certain temperature, I think it almost gets worse. It almost stalls more. You have to constantly be ready to it just doesn't have the low speed idling, which is all right. I guess you could adjust the idle on this thing, I reckon. But you know, nah. But then you're always letting off the clutch and trying to let down. Then what good is low speed engine braking if you have to pull in the clutch and hit the brake because your idle's too high, you know? But everything else, this is the only thing I've got against this bike, is the smoothness of the motor. I wish it was smoother. I wish it would stall less at low speeds. And either you know, I mean, it's got so much power. You don't need a lower first gear, I don't think. And what some people do by changing the sprocket, put a smaller front sprocket on it. But see, I have to almost go down a hill, down a little bit. Because once I start going up just a little bit, you know, I mean, I have to, you know, I have to get up 8-9 miles per hour. I have to do about like that. I mean, I have to. It's not going to make it, but it'll do it. I mean, it's just a little more work with the wrist. I know it sounds like I'm making a lot of excuses for it, why it's not as smooth as it should be, and what you can do to enjoy the low speed of the 890 platform. But you know, it is what it is. It's just not a smooth, you know, low speed maneuvering bike. It's smoother. It's probably smoother than a lot of bikes that's out there. Then you get into the bigger bikes that are going a lot faster and for the road speed, but then you don't have any your first gear. It's just not meant for off-road when you start getting into bigger bikes anyway. It's a big bike, you need a dirt bike, and so this kind of fits the bill to do both, like the Transalp or the Touareg does. You know? Now see, I have to go faster. I mean, or it'll die. Let me see if I can get maybe I can win a little hill. I mean, I have to constantly. Oh no! It almost died. It will not get down to slow speed. Okay, now this is a slight. Okay, I have to go to angle. All right, let me see what happens. Now I better it'll kill it, and I'll go on the ground. Now see, it can't even handle a little bit of a hill. Oh, it did. It handled it. Oh gosh darn it. No, see, yeah, it's just, yeah, oh well. See, it's just, I mean, you know, and the clutch is, and I'd say the clutch is easier, definitely easier and more consistent on the Transalp. This, sometimes it feels like my clutch release is in a different spot than the next day or the next 20 minutes. Why is that? I don't know if it's because of the cable. I wish they were hydraulic. That would fix that. If it was hydraulic, it would fix it. Probably the Touareg or the Transalp, their clutches for a cable operated clutch is just, you think it's hydraulic. And they do make hydraulic clutch setups for the 890. They make a lot of aftermarket stuff right now for 890. It's really a great bike. It's a great platform. It really is. You know, if you want to have fun, you can't have any more fun than this bike. This bike has the fun factor, no doubt. But I just wanted to show. I'm trying to get up. I need to get some water. Do a lot of talking. See, I mean, it's sometimes if it feels just a little bit of resistance without on the pipe, on the throttle a little bit, which is okay. I'm used to it. But when I got on the other bike, I thought, golly, man, I feel like you can get so lazy just putting around. If I'm just going to go meandering around and looking for something, and when I get off of this and get on the Transalp, I thought, wow, man. I mean, I've got more in my voice because the motor's just constantly hit, bang, bang, bang. I want to go really fast. Don't go slow. I'm like, you know, say no to slow, because, you know, which is fine, you know. But it can go smooth. If you got this bike, you don't need the Transalp, believe me. I mean, you know, you don't need it. You don't need anything else. You got all the power you can stand, and you know, if you're a superpower, you get 1290 Super Adventure R, and you got everything. But you know, if you want to go in the technical stuff, there's some places I'll go and I'll look and I'll go, I don't want to go down there. I'm going to need 10 people to pull the 1290 out, you know. And like I said, you know, like this right here, it's great. I stayed on the seat. The Trans Am, I'm like, hey, I was on the seat. Oh, yeah. But you know, the forks, I'm starting to think that the forks don't mean much on the Trans Am. It's just the rear shock. It's just the rear shock. That's it. I just go through the stroke. Just like I said, I'm about 270. Where's my hat? Oh, okay. Okay, we better head on back. I'm going to run out of battery. And we know that, you know, I have to, yeah, and see, I'm kind of going downhill. And it's, you know, it's like I'm warming up now. I just need to, I need to go, man. I'm going to pin your ears back, you know. Yeah, you don't need to do this no more. You just get off. You know, what are you, little sissy? Get off this thing. Get off me. I want to throw you out into oblivion. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, even, I mean, I'm staying on the seat. I don't. Sometimes I wonder why I'm standing up. That's how much smoother this thing is with the suspension upgrade. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, you know, it's good. It's really good. It's just, it's not as smooth. You know, it's hard to talk. It's really hard for me to speak, you know, because it has so much, you know, aggression in the motor at low speed, at any speed. I mean, it wants to go. It just doesn't want idle. It just does not want to stay in idle. It will idle all day long, but just tooling around, just pedaling, you know, piddling around. No, it doesn't want to do that. So, you know, it's a great bike though. It is. Oh, the suspension. I don't want to get off of the suspension. And also I want to take the twisties and swing around back. It really handles good. And I've only went up 20 millimeters on this bike. Oh man, you gotta love this bike though. This motor. Yeah, I just want to stay on it all day long. I want to just ride. You know, it's a little cool. It's cool today, and I don't have a jacket on. You know, I want to like blast these, you know, creek puddles or whatever. And I really want to get muddy and dirty and crazy, wild on that thing. You know, but not today. There. What an awesome machine. I mean, that looks so good. There's just so much good to say about both bikes. It's just pick your poison, you know. Yeah. Now, this right here. This just got to stay on the bike. I love this bike. You know, it's so fun. I know what this thing is capable of doing and how silly you can get on it. And well, knock that around. And the slow speed test. Low speed, slow speed. What did I say? Slow speed test? Yeah. Stall testing. I'm glad I fixed my gate last night. Actually, I got already this morning come out here and because I forgot about it. I thought, oh, if that thing just flips over on one hinge and kicks out, maybe the cattle will get through. All right, yeah. So now we know that the other bike, it's like when it warms up, it really wants you to get on the throttle. Like it's like it's maybe it wants to blow the carbon off of it. Maybe that's what it is. But like right here, you know, see, it's really like boom, 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 boom. I mean, it feels like it's jerking so much. I mean, I feel the hit of the cylinder, but it also lets me know You know, there's something down here that's got some mumbo jumbo going on. And, you know, yeah, this is really nice. I just want to keep on it. It's really fun to ride. It really is. And feed the kids. You know, I mean, you know, I know it'll stall. It'll stall. It'll die right there. Then I'll throw my foot down on the hill. I might be on my back. I don't want to do that. But you know, you can ride it. It's not bad to ride. It's really nice to ride. So, where do I come in at? Went this way. Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to definitely talk about this machine. Yeah. Now, is it as easy as around the? It is. Yeah. It is. It is. The can I stay inside the? No. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. I mean, I'm going pretty good. Yeah, it's about like the Transalp as far as maneuverability. I'm used to it though. When you first get on it. Granted, since I've dialed the suspension, I have see my foot. I'm on the ball. I'm on all my feet. I'm on my flat foot. This one, and I don't know if you see, I'm kind of tippy toeing on this one, flat foot on this one, and the same way. But the thing is, so much. It's the low center of gravity is so good. It's like, you know, I can. That one feels lighter between my legs, that's for sure. Alright, so there you have it, low speed stall test, maneuverability, and no, I don't want to sell it. But anyway, yeah, yeah, keep them going in the mud. Not falling over. I love that suspension though, and that motor. It gets wicked, you know, for the horsepower and to weight ratio. But it's just not as smooth. When I get on that, or even this, I'm liking that better, but I like the suspension better. I like that motor. Actually, I like that motor better than this one, to tell you the truth. It's got a little more power, yeah, I can tell. And even this one, I did look up this one is, since I did change the sprocket, it's still a little bit lower first gear than that one, I think it is. It's so close, it's hard to call it, but you know. But this one compensating, that one doesn't have any kind of compensation or idle speed control where it brings it up when it starts to die. So it doesn't have that feature or that anti-stall feature like this one does, or even that one. That one will bring it up too when it feels low. I don't know why didn't they do this one anyway? But it's hard enough as it is. I mean, you know, it's probably because it has so much from idle up, you know, torque. I don't know, what is it, 76 foot-pounds of torque? It's quite a bit. Or, yeah, and then Newton meters over 100, I think. I forgot, yeah, over 100 Newton meters, I think. And being 105 horsepower, But the stalling, it will stall. It'll stall easier than any of these. Between the four, this one stalls. You have to keep on the throttle a little bit. You have to clutch it a little more work. But outside that, that's it. Everything else is fine. You know, it's like a 5-to-1, a little over 5-to-1. I think the factory 517-to-1. So it's just a tad over 5-to-1 ratio in 6th gear, which I think is really perfect. I mean, I think somewhere in that is just really good. Because I do notice I have to work the gear a little bit more, since that one, you know, I'm going down the highway, and most of the time I'm 5th gear. I go, wow, I still got another gear. Yeah, because it's 466-to-1 on the, yeah, it's over a half a turn difference, revolutions, that this less has to take, less half, less of a turn, half revolution, half, a revolution like maybe 180, less that the motor has to turn to make the rear wheel turn once, where this one, over 5 to 1. And this one from the factory is it's like 6 to 1, a fraction over 6 to 1. But I'm going to get off subject, I'm sorry. But there you have it, a low speed stall test on the KTM 890 Adventure 2023 model, base model. And you gotta love KTM, man. Ready to race with the tractive suspension. All right, but anyway, the gearing, still good, just stalls a little more. That's about it.